Hello friends, this video statistics part 14 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched statistics part 1 to part 13. Till now what we have seen, to find mean deviation about mean, the first thing was to find mean. And that itself was a challenging task. If you have a huge data, it takes time to find mean. So here what we'll do, instead of finding mean, we'll just assume the mean. This is shortcut method. So in shortcut method what we do is, we just assume a mean, that is, we feel it's close to the data. So if we have a data, we'll take the midpoint and we'll say that's assume mean. So once we have the assume mean, so I'll write this assume mean here. So once we'll have this assume mean, we'll take this assume mean. Then what we'll do, if we see that there's a common factor for all deviation, then we divide them by the common factor to further simplify the deviations. This is called step deviation. It's not mandatory, but if the data is very big, for example 1 lakh, 1000, in that case we can divide by that value 1 lakh, then the data will come into in this form 1, 2, 3, 4, which is easy to handle. If you have data in this form 1000, 2000, 3000, it's difficult to handle, but if you have data in this form 1, 2, 3, it's easy to handle. So we'll just divide those data by that number to get the data in a simpler form. That step is called step deviation, right? We know that this deviation are just used to reduce the size of observations. Now we know that we have the xi, the original xi. This is the assume mean we have, and this is the step deviation we have. So we'll get a new value called d. D will be nothing but xi minus assume mean divided by step deviation. Correct? So once we have this d, we'll use this formula. The formula is pretty simple. This is the assume mean which we have seen. This is FIDI summation by n into h. So in this case, we skipped one step, that was to find the mean. We have just assumed that A is the mean. Also, we went one step ahead by finding step deviation by dividing the whole thing by h. Right? So the formula came out to be A plus sigma FIDI by n into h. Please remember this formula, A plus sigma FIDI by n into n. Please note, this will give you mean. A plus sigma FIDI by n into h, this will give you mean. Actually we didn't skip. We are still finding the mean, but we are finding in a shortcut way. So we are finding the mean in the shortcut way. Once we have the mean, again we have to use the same formula. There is no shortcut in the second step. We have to find the deviations of all the points from the mean, that is distance of all this point, the other point which we have from the mean. We have to then find Fi into that distance and do summation. That step will still be there, but the only thing what we are doing is we are making our life easy as far as finding mean is concerned. We'll take one example. So here, using shortcut method, let's find the mean and mean deviation. Correct. Now if you see, this is 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80. It is all continuous. Correct? This is continuous. So I can say that this is a continuous frequency distribution. First step, what we'll do, we'll find the xi. So xi will be right here only. 10 plus 20 by 2, 15. 20 plus 30 by 2, 25. 30 plus 40 by 2, 35. 40 plus 50 by 2, 55. 50 plus 60 by 2, 55. 60 plus 70 by 2, 65. 70 plus 80 by 2, 75. So we have xi's. Now let me draw the graph which we have earlier. So this is, let's suppose, is marks. This becomes 10, 20. Correct? Then we have 20, 30. Then we have 30, 40. Then we have 40, 50. And then we have 50, 60. 60, 70 and 70. This value we have. Correct? Now let's have the frequency. The frequency is 2, 3, 8, 14, 8, 3 and 2. Now let me write the x's. The x's we have here 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65 and 75. Now since we have FIXI now, What we'll do, the next step is to find D. D is nothing but, I'll write here, D is nothing but xi minus assume mean. Let's suppose we'll take assume mean. So which is the middle guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are there. The middle is this 45. So let's assume 45 is the mean. Just assume mean. It's not the correct mean. We'll now find the exact mean. Let's assume this mean. So this is assume is 45 by h. H. To find h, first let's see what is the value of xi minus 45 for all these values. So let's find first xi minus 45. Let's do that. Xi minus 45. 15 minus 45 is nothing but minus 30. Correct? 25 minus 45 is nothing but minus 20. 35 minus 45 is minus 10. 45 minus 45 is 0. 55 minus 45 is nothing but 10. 65 minus 45 is 20. And 75 minus 45 is 30. So if you see, there is a factor, common factor, that is 10. There is a common factor called 10 in all these values. So we'll say that h is equal to 10. Correct? So we'll say h is equal to 10. So we'll find D here. D is nothing but xi minus 45 by 10. So this will become minus 3. This will become minus 2. Minus 20 by 10. Minus 10 by 10 minus 1. 0 by 10 0. 10 by 10 1. 20 by 10 2. And 30 by 10 is 3. This is what we have got D. Correct? Now we have to find FIDI. So let's find FIDI. To find FIDI, this is DI actually. So we'll multiply this and this. Correct? So let me put a tick mark here. These two values. Tick mark here and here. We'll multiply these two. 3 into 2 is minus 6. 3 into again minus 2 is minus 6. 8 into minus 1 is minus 1. Minus 8. 14 into 0 is 0. 8 into 1 is 8. 3 into 2 is 6. And 2 into 3 is 6. This is the value of FIDI. Correct? We'll add this because FIDI summation is required. Correct? Because the formula which we had was for a mean, exact mean is nothing but assume mean plus sigma FIDI by n into h. Correct? So let's find this value. 6 plus minus 6 plus 6 cancel, minus 6 plus cancel, 8 minus 8 cancel. This is 0. So this is 0. Since this is 0, everything is 0. So our assumed mean is nothing but the exact mean is nothing but the assumed mean. So assumed mean and exact mean are same. This is by luck we have got, but generally we don't get this. So we have to actually find the exact mean. So exact mean is also 45. So half battle won. Half battle is won. Why? Because we have the mean now. We have the mean. We can find the mean deviation about the mean. So let's find first xi minus x mod, because we have to find the deviation about mean for all the values of xi. That means this value and this value subtracted. This minus 45. So 50 minus 45, if you say you take mod, this value comes out to be 30. So this value is 30 because this is 15 here. Right? So what I am doing here, I am taking this value. I'll put a square here, and from this I am subtracting 15. Sorry, 15. 45, because 45 is a mean. So 15 minus 45 mod is 30. Next is 25. So 25 minus 45 mod will be 20. This guy is 20. Similarly, next value is 35. So 35 minus 45 mod will come out to be 10. This guy is 10. Next guy is 45. 45 minus 45 mod comes out to be 0. Correct? This guy is 0. Similarly, next is 55. 55 minus 45 mod is again 10, because we are taking only positive part. This guy is 10. Next guy is 65 here. 65 minus 45. 65 minus 45 mod is nothing but 20. This guy is 20. Similarly, next value is 75. So we have to find 75 minus 45 mod. That is the distance between 75 and 45. That came out to be 30. So this is 30. But this won't do. This won't help. We have to find Fi into xi minus mean. That's the formula. The formula we have is mean deviation is nothing but sigma of xi into x mod mean into fi, the whole thing by n, correct? So we have to find fi into xi minus x dash mod. So what we have to do, we have to multiply this and this. So let me put a star mark in both cases to make my life simple. This both are star mark. We'll just multiply. 2 into 30 is 60. 3 into 20 is 60. 8 into 10 is 80. Then 14 into 0 is 0. Then we have 8 into 10 again is 80. Then we have 3 into 20 is 60. And then we have 2 into 30 is again 60. Correct? We'll add this value. We'll add this value 60, 60, 120, 80, 200, 280 and 120 is 400. This value is 400. Correct? So this value is sigma fi into xi minus mod is 400. And n we know is nothing but sigma of fi. Correct? So we'll add this value. 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 8, 13 plus 14 is 27, 35, 40. This is 40. So this value is, this comes out to be 10. And that is our answer. So you know in the last example also we did the same question. We found using the longer way, this is the shortcut way, and both the case we got same answer. So the only thing that helps us in the shortcut way is to find the value of mean in an easy way. So here if you see what we have done, we have assumed 45 is the mean, and then we have found all the values of xi minus 45. We got these values. We saw 10 is common, so we took x equal to 10. We got these values. We did the summation of this. We got sigma fi di. This value was 0. The original mean is nothing but a plus sigma fi di by n into h. This came out to be 0. So the original mean is nothing but assumed mean. So we got this original mean, or the actual mean is nothing but 45. So once we have the actual mean, we use the same formula which we have used in the last examples to find the value of mean deviation about the mean. Now let's discuss. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.